Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Welcome again to Street Talk. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki. And on Street Talk, we deal with political, social, and economics here in Michigan, the U.S., and abroad. And now we having problems overseas and problems here. So, for tonight,
Dennis Burnside.
Paget Maynard.
we're going to try to cover a little bit of that. And here in the U.S., we got a really mess here. So, Dennis.
Well, the radical government that we have in D.C. now can be best understood if you look at it from one perspective, and that is, what would a Russian asset do if he or she was in the White House? So if you look at the proposed cuts to the NIH, to Medicaid, to Medicare, to the FBI, to the CIA, to the Pentagon, to institution after institution, governmental institutions which are being dismantled, if not completely destroyed by the Trump administration, are hard to explain from a rational perspective because there really is no rational explanation. You see town hall after town hall in red districts and blue districts where citizens are outraged. People who say, I voted for Trump and I'm outraged by this, and they're confounded by these decisions that are being made, and the buffoons and the unqualified people that are put into places where, you have a guy with no law enforcement experience at all running the FBI. You have people with no intelligence experience at all running the intelligence services for the United States. So unless you look at it from the perspective of what would a Russian asset do to destroy the United States, then you won't understand it. And just a quick rundown, I don't want to dominate the opening, but if you look at the facts of who Trump is, it starts to become plain that his loyalties lie in Moscow. In 1980, Trump had his first successful development, one that he actually did on his own without just slapping his name on someone else's property. And that's when he built, I believe it was a Hilton at Grand Central Station. And he needed TVs. So the guy he contracted with to get TVs in all the rooms was a Russian agent. And this guy reported back to Moscow, I've got this 40-year-old businessman, I think he's malleable. The next thing you saw was when he built the Trump Tower. This guy ends up leasing out at exorbitant prices rooms to Russian agents that they turned into brothels, gambling casinos, and other things that put money in Trump's pocket. Then Trump goes to Moscow in 1987, where he's groomed after he brought his Miss Teen World pageant there. And we know about his predilection for underage girls. That was manifested there. He's bragging about being able to expect the talent because he owns the pageant. He can walk around and watch these young girls.
He has a right to be in there when they need.
Well, when he came back from that meeting, a Russian reported that he was a Russian asset, and the KGB assigned him a name which was Krasnov. You can look it up. Agent Krasnov. That was 1987. 1988, he made his first run for president. In that aborted run for president, one of the things that he said that we need to do was pull out of NATO. Does that sound familiar? So a lot of these patterns, a lot of these practices that you're seeing now have long been in place and have long been the stated goals of Trump, to pull out of NATO, to to disassociate ourselves from the European coalition that started after World War II. You could go ad nauseum on the things that Trump is doing, but it's starting to affect the people who thought it was only going to happen to people with melanated skin or with Hispanic accents.
Yeah.
But now that it's hitting them,
Yeah.
you know, Peggy and John
Yeah.
in Iowa,
Yeah.
Cletus and Mary Jo down
Yeah.
in Tennessee,
Yeah.
where they're
Yeah.
seeing their SNAP cards and their Medicaid, Medicare threatened, their
Yeah.
Social Security threatened. They're outraged now.
Yeah.
Well, what did you expect?
Yeah.
He's not loyal to the United States.
No.
All that red, white, and blue and
He never was.
and
No,
the Fox News
never was.
propaganda you ingest means nothing to
No,
him.
no, you know, and this is the thing, you know, he, like you said, he never, I mean, the man, first of all, he wants this country to become just like Russia, you know.
Well, I don't think he wants to become just like Russia.
No.
I think he wants it to become an asset of Russia.
Yeah,
I think he wants to make sure that that per Putin's instructions, we're no longer a military threat to Russians'
Yes.
ambitions. That we don't align ourselves with the United Nations
Right.
and NATO that
Right.
would confound Russian ambition
Right.
and put sanctions on him. I mean, the things that he's doing, trying to remove sanctions from Russia,
yeah,
trying to
bring him back in.
trying to eliminate our cybersecurity network.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
I mean, you could go on down the line.
Want
You
to bring
ask,
him
well,
back
why
in
would you
the-
do
the
something like
eight?
this as
Yeah,
president?
yeah.
Well, the reason why you do it is because you're doing it to make sure that Russia has the upper hand.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the thing about it is that he wants to take all those countries back, you know.
Of course.
He wants to take those countries back,
course.
and
And
So-
now you've got, I don't know if you heard about this, China is starting to do, not only are they doing more military exercises around Taiwan and in the Sea of China,
yeah,
they were actually firing live rounds 125 miles off the coast of Australia. In essence saying that your boy Britain
yeah,
can't do anything about it. United
Yeah.
States is on our side
Yeah.
now. So get ready for a new paradigm. And if you look at what China's ambitions are, they very much mirror what Japan's were pre-World War II,
Yep.
where they want that Pacific Rim to
Yeah.
be under their
Yep.
control. So it's a new colonial era brought in by Agent Orange, Krasnov, where instead of having the United States as the imperial master of the world, now you're going to have it divided into thirds,
Oh,
at least
yeah.
initially.
Yeah.
The United States in this hemisphere, Russia in Europe, and China in Asia,
Yeah.
and everyone else, in peril.
yeah, yeah. You were saying that.
It's clear enough what Dennis is saying. When a Russian, just recently here, after all this nonsense over the weekend, this Russian, Trump's foreign policy largely coincides with our vision,
Absolutely. That's a quote. I read that.
which tells me I couldn't make a statement like that if I didn't see it out of you. I know he is an asset, and that's why I could say it. And that's why the man said it.
Well, if you look at that meeting in the White House last Friday, it was a disgrace.
Oh,
and it was also totally rehearsed and planned.
Yes.
Yes.
You had
Yes.
Reuters and AP denied access to the White
But
House.
the Russians were
But
there.
TASS was there, which is the Russian propaganda network, the state-controlled news media.
Yep.
They
Yes.
were there. And one of their reporters had the temerity to ask Zelensky, why aren't you wearing a suit? Don't you own a suit?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, just last week, America saw
Isn't that the guy
Elon
that-
Musk in the White House wearing a hat and sunglasses,
Yeah.
looking like Eazy-E
Yeah,
from the rap group out of
Yeah.
Southern California.
And up there with a
And child on his shoulder and this
yeah,
kind
you
of
know.
crap.
telling Trump that he's not really president. So yeah, man, it's a disgrace. So I think the shock is hitting people now, and it's starting to wear off. And people are starting to say, "What are we going to do about this?" And it's just not on the left. It's left, it's center,
Hey.
and it's moving to the right. Where
Yes.
people starting to see the peril that this man presents, and whatever is to be done needs to be done soon because we don't have a lot of time.
No.
He could consolidate more power to the extent that there's nothing that you can do if you want to do
Mhm.
something
Let's look
about
at some of the last Friday stuff. Trump said this is good TV. Why all of a sudden you consider it good TV if you didn't have this plan? He wanted to really make the man look like nothing.
Mhm.
for his puppet masters in Moscow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And why would you
got
give
to
a damn
sign
about
this.
what TV looks like when you're the president of the United States? Why are you concerned about that?
Yeah.
What's that
And
got to do with anything?
Yeah, yeah.
And lying all over his
Yeah.
face as usual.
And how about his vice president, though?
Yeah.
Wait. I'm going to tell you about him. He was just playing Trump's card to make himself look like he's in. Well, why don't you thank him?
Yeah.
Telling
Yeah.
Zelensky
Yeah.
he must thank Trump.
Yeah,
Well, my question is, thank Trump for what? What has Trump done for them?
yeah, yeah.
Not to mention the fact that Zelensky's on record is thanking the United States
Over
27,
and over
28
and over.
times. I mean, it was all premeditated.
Oh,
this,
yes.
this from a man who called Trump a disgrace
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and unqualified.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
that's what Vance used to say about him. And then you've got Rubio sitting there, Secretary of State, looking like he wants to shrink into the chair.
Let me
And
ask you
just a
something.
year ago, let me finish. Just a year ago, Rubio was talking about how Trump is completely unqualified
Yeah.
and a disgrace. All these people making 180-degree opposite
Yeah.
statements today. You have to go back and you have to look at how Putin consolidated his power in Moscow,
Yes.
and that was through compromise. And I don't have any doubt in my mind that whatever their secret predilection is, they're compromised. Whether they're in the closet, whether they have mistresses, whether they have money that they're not supposed to have, whatever it is, I think a lot of these guys like
According to
Rubio
them,
and
something
Vance
fishy.
et al., you can go on down the line, are cowed
Yeah.
by hoping that whatever secret they're keeping isn't disclosed.
Yeah.
Or they're just flat out cowards who
Yeah.
are afraid to
Yeah.
fight back.
You were saying,
I was
Pat?
going to ask you, man,
You were saying.
the Secretary of State, what's his real function?
Well, he's supposed to represent the United States interests overseas. That's what a Secretary of State
Yeah.
does.
Okay.
You communicate through
So
your
he-
ambassadors and you say,
all
this is
the
our policy,
ambassadors,
Yeah.
right.
this is what we would like you to do,
Yeah.
and this is what we'll do for you.
Yeah.
A negotiator.
And he sat down there and all the crap going on Friday, he was there. I mean,
But
I don't you never want to use the word that to say about him. But the man was totally out of it. Look at him there.
but the thing
Not
is,
a word.
the thing is, Patrick, is that Trump, they look at Trump as God, man. You know.
Yeah, I don't think they look at him as God. I think they're compromised. I think they're punked. Look at a guy like von Ribbentrop in World War II, who was the Nazi equivalent of Secretary of State, who went around Europe making demands and trying to punk former adversaries into seeing it the Nazi way. I look at what Rubio did, trying to sink into that furniture Friday, and it's very similar. He's going to go around now, making bald-faced lies and statements about what he expects out of our former allies in his
They
new
shouldn't even
alliance
let him in
when
the
he
country.
knows it's not in the interest of the United States, but he's cowed and intimidated and possibly compromised.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, man. Trump has got all these people, man, and like I was telling you earlier, there was I forget the congressman's name. I mean the senator's name. Anyway, he was saying something, and then he said, "Oh, I'm up for election. I'm up for election next year, so I won't." It's like,
I can't
So-
talk the truth. I cannot represent.
yes, you know.
I can't tell you what and a good answer to what you asked because I'm up for
Yeah,
election
yeah.
and I'm afraid I would be primaried and I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I have to secure my job.
Yeah, you know. I mean, just stupidity, man. You know.
Well, I think the doors blew wide open in 2000, I believe 10 or 11, when our disgraceful Supreme Court codified Citizens United
Yep.
into saying that financial contributions are free speech, and there's
Yes.
no limit on
Yeah.
free speech.
Yep.
Your First Amendment rights can be attenuated, and if you equivocate a dollar bill with a speech, then what I say in this microphone is equivalent to, I don't know, let's say Elon Musk giving $240 million
Yeah.
to Trump. It's all free speech.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a disgrace.
Yep.
It's a purchasing and compromising of our government by the wealthy. And so now the only protected minority class that you have in the United States are the billionaires.
Yeah.
No one else has the rights that they do.
Nope.
They're very small minority people with overwhelming power and protection.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, people who are the actual citizens of this country, irrespective of what demographic group they belong to, are now seeing their constitutional rights eroded. I mean, you got Trump talking about, I want to make the Constitution defunct.
Yeah.
And, you know, people thought it was funny when he said it during the campaign.
Yeah.
Now they're looking at it and saying, maybe this guy wasn't joking around. One of my guilty pleasures lately is going on YouTube and watching what they call the FAFO videos.
Okay.
And I'll summarize it as mess around, find out, is what FAFO stands out. And it's Arabic voters in Dearborn who thought that by voting for the Green Party or voting for Trump would show the Democrats that they were all wrong about
Yeah.
what is going on in Gaza. And God bless them, the Democrats were wrong for what's going on in Gaza. We shouldn't be bolstering that genocide over there. But they thought it was bad with Biden and potential Harris presidency. Look at what's going on now.
Yeah.
Then you go to the various Hispanic groups, from the Dominicans to the Cubans to the Venezuelans to the Hondurans to the Mexicans. They're all up in arms like, I thought you were my amigo. I thought you were my friend. No, you got to go.
Yeah.
And you know, you can go group after group after group. Your Uncle Tom Coons, who thought they were the good ones.
Yeah.
Well, Brian Donalds, where's your cabinet position?
Yeah.
Tim Scott, where's your cabinet
Yeah.
position? All you young coons that had the podcast talking about how Trump was your man
Yeah.
and he was all Trump couldn't.
Yeah.
Trump's letting you know. Not only does he not give a damn about you, he despises you.
Yeah.
Just based on
Yeah.
the fact of the skin.
And
of
the thing
color of the
about it,
skin.
how many people, black people, he's got in his
Cabinet.
in his top cabinet.
Yeah, his cabinet. Yeah, none.
You know,
None.
but you
And
know,
if you listen to them and see what they're doing,
Mhm.
every one of them in office now, in cabinet, only towing the line with what Donald says,
oh yeah,
regardless of the legality of it,
yeah,
Absolutely.
the constitutionality of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
None of that.
no,
So where we going?
And-
Okay. Listen to some of these people. Lindsey Graham. He had a big talk up about the President Zelensky. Positive. But Friday, after what went down, he is the worst thing ever. He need to resign and let somebody else who will do it.
yeah,
And he should never be here. Lindsey Graham, man, you
The
acted-
day before, he's lauding him as a brave leader and
know.
our friend, and the next day,
the very next day,
The very
because he
next day.
didn't kiss the ring, he didn't submit himself to Donald Trump.
now what do you think? What do you think Ladybug Lindsay has to hide?
I don't know, but all I know, he reminds me of some women. The way he acted there, he was just nice with but they don't get what you want, and he ready to curse you inside out.
Well, he wasn't the only one.
I know.
There were several Republican senators and congressmen members who had laudatory things to say about Zelensky the day before the
before.
meeting in the White House.
Because
And
they
then the sooner-
expected he
and-
gonna come and sign over everything.
Yeah, sign over the mineral rights. They were going to extort the man. And God bless the Europeans and
British
Zelensky,
and
because
the others.
they're waking up to reality. We've got to defend ourselves. And you know, and I'll leave it with this on NATO. NATO wasn't built to protect the West from Russia or the Soviet Union. That was an outcome because of the way that the declaration of Russia becoming the Soviet Union, rather, becoming a military power after World War II. But NATO primarily was created to prevent Britain from going to war with France, and France from going to war with Germany, and Germany going to war against Italy. European nations have always been at each other's throat for millennia. And now you've got an ignorant fool who thinks that it's a good idea to break up NATO and do it at the behest of a Russian dictator who could care less about anything other than himself. Just like Trump.
What you expect? Birds of a feather, they flock together.
Apparently so.
Trump, talking about Zelensky, he needs to be apologetic. So my question, is he asking him to bow down to him? Because remember, he pronounced himself king. King Donald. I guess Donald the First. This man is asking Zelensky to come here, sign away the mineral rights to Donald Trump in the name of America. Donald Trump is going to control everything. Extortion is a great word there, Dennis. And when you think about it, he didn't care one rat's behind about the man.
No.
Donald Trump is nothing but a Buffalo rat.
And the thing is that he kept saying the U.S. would be there and be protection while they there. You know.
What you see out of what he's saying there? Quid pro quo. You give me this, okay, I'll give you back that. If I'm not getting something, we're not doing anything for you. And he lied all over his face. We gave them $350 million compared to the others only, and he didn't even give 120, 119 million.
You mean
billions.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And what you call it, gave more, all those countries together.
Of course they did.
Of
course they did. But you know, they just pull numbers out of thin air. They'll just throw a
Donald Trump
number.
doesn't care what it is. He will say something. Look, he lied right there talking to the French president. The French president had to reach over and touch him, tell him, no, that's not it. It's XYZ. Before they leave there, he come back, said the same lie again.
You know what's the frustrating thing about this is that you can see Trump caught in bald-faced lie after bald-faced lie, distortion after distortion, and it doesn't matter to his base. It does not matter to his base. They look at him like a fan looks like at a ball player. They don't look at him as a political leader who's supposed to be representing their needs and their desires. They look at him as somebody that they can cheer on. And look at him give it to the liberals. Look at him own the liberals. But man, he's ruining your life. He's ruining your future and the future of your children and grandchildren. But you're cheering him up because he entertains you. And when you turn on Fox News, you find other fools who say the same thing that you do.
The thing.
And what they're doing now, Dennis, they are town hall meeting, and the same Republican supporters, they are mad. In fact, one Republican there literally had to walk off. And they boo him. He wouldn't answer the questions. They cannot answer the questions. For if they have to give them the honest answer, they will be telling on themselves.
See, this is just beginning, though. I mean, it's like.
Well, they need to keep it going.
They already see now, you know, the things that when they voted they couldn't see, you know.
They didn't want to see.
They didn't want to see. And then they was counting on, he gonna create jobs.
We're gonna. The price of eggs gonna come down first.
The price of eggs now. There was a news bulletin just before we went on the air. Dow was down 650 points today just because of Trump's new reiteration that he's going to put tariffs on Mexican and Canadian imports.
Yeah.
There's no rational reason to do it. Trump fundamentally misunderstands or misrepresents what tariffs are, and he does it repeatedly. I don't know if by now he should know.
He ought to,
but
he doesn't.
He does it repeatedly, and he's insistent on it. And you have to ask why, and the only answer is because it hurts our economy, it hurts our people, and that's good for Putin.
Yeah.
He's doing what he's told.
Yes.
Everything about what he's doing.
Yeah.
It puts our investment in clean energy at risk. It puts our investment in education at peril. Everything that should be done to build a nation stronger. The Dow is down. The NASDAQ is down. Economic growth is down. Inflation is through the roof. Everything is falling off the rails. Fox News ignores it, so the idiotic fools who watch that crap don't know about it until they go to the grocery store. And they're the ones who go to the town halls that are mad now because reality does not come through your TV screen. Reality happens right there in front of you. When your children can't thrive, when you can't get medical help, when they had a highly publicized article in the Washington Post last week where a young woman named Cooper, I forget her first name, voted for Trump simply because he said, I'm going to provide free IVF.
Yeah.
And now she lost her government job. She not only didn't get free IVF, she doesn't even have health care anymore.
Right.
And she's now talking about her regret for voting for Trump.
Yeah.
Example after example after example. And on the microcosmic level, I say to her, why didn't you do your homework?
Yeah.
This is a man who told 32,000 documented lies his first term, and you're going to rely on one statement as truth? And then when he lies on you, you're shocked? And on down the line, these people are starting to lose what they had.
How many people are fired from the federal government? With Doggy. You know Doggy is in charge of that now. Doggy.
Yeah.
They call it something else, but look at the spelling. It's Doggy.
Yeah, Doge, yeah.
It's Doggy. And he's being a dog because look at what he's doing. Getting rid of all these institutions who had cases on him.
Yeah.
Musk.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Who's another disgrace. I mean, he's not even an American.
No.
He hasn't been elected. And you hear this at the town hall. Some of these people are saying, who is this guy? I didn't vote for him. Well, again, he was there the whole time.
Yeah.
If you read Project 2025, everything they're doing now was well planned, including for the coons, what they want to do with us. When Trump said that the people coming over the border, these illegal immigrants, are taking black jobs, he meant that literally. In other words, when they get out of there, Padgett, you and Ahmad will be out there picking avocados and tomatoes and cotton because they don't want them to rot in the field. Somebody's going to do it.
Somebody got to go do it, and they ain't picking no cotton for nobody.
Maybe Candace Coondance Owens can get a do-rag on her head and go out there and
all right.
pick some cotton.
Look, they shut down USAID. How many thousands of people out of a job today because of Doggy?
Yeah.
And more going to happen.
All right. That's it for now, but tune in again next week for more Street Talk. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki. We'll catch you down the next block for more Street Talk. Peace.
Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine, messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, you are too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.